Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Creations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin, and we're showcasing another deck that we had in the channel this last week, and it's super fun. I call it the Mystery Machine, and it's with our girl Reiya. She hasn't been seen in a long time, and she's still really powerful. I really kind of want to play with this deck and make it a lot better to make it a lot more efficient, and I think she could actually be playable in like a competitive version. I just have to mess with it a little bit more. But let's get into the Mystery Machine. So, for those that don't remember our girl Reiya, she is old school from Winds of the Ominous Moon. She is the black ruler from that set. Judgments for 2 black and 1 for an energized for black. At the beginning of your game, you put a mystery counter on this card. And then she has a thing of Ominous Moon. At the beginning of the game, you put 2 mystery counters on her. So she starts the game with 3 mystery counters on her. And then tap, put a mystery counter on this card. So you get mystery counters, and you're like, what do you do with them? She does cool things with them with her spells. She judgments into a 12/12 flyer. When this card enters the field, you may put 3 mystery counters on it. Tap, remove a mystery counter from this card, destroy target Resonator. And then Eye of Ragnarok is her like special. When this card enters the field, look at your opponent's hand and choose a card until the end of your opponent's next turn. They cannot cast that card. The amount of that actually doing things is kind of wild because you're like, cool, enter, trigger, don't play your number 13s for the turn. And then you're like, I'm going to play a card I know I can get through that way. It's pretty good how she gets to just be like, hey, don't play that spell. The creatures we are playing is Mikage Reiya. We're playing the Reiya package because we're playing vampires. We might as well, and it's super good just because you get power from part of true power later, which we're gonna go over. But Mikage Reiya is like the big part of it. Search your deck for darkness card, put in the graveyard. Vampires you control gain drain, and if she dies and if she's banished as an additional cost to a mage art, you put her back in your hand. We have a couple good targets like Amadeus and then Griphon. Griphon gets you stone. Amadeus protects you and is a 30/30. We also have our boy Geryon. He's another good one you can get. He's a 15/15 precision, swiftness, flying. Your opponent cannot play spells that total cost 1 or less. Pay a green, remove this card from your hand in the game, cancel target 1-drop, or pay a black, kill target 1-drop. Super good. He's one of the best cards if you're playing black-green. You should just be running him. We have Dark Riding Hood. She's 3 black and 7/8. When this card deals damage to a Resonator, destroy that Resonator as long as your life is 2,000 or less. This gains swiftness as long as you're 1,000 or less, and then whenever this enters the field, you may remove 2 counters to remove target Resonator. When this attacks, deal 200 damage to target player or Resonator, you gain 200 life. She's really cool as a way to do something with mystery counters. The more I played her, the more I wasn't a fan of her, just FYI. So I'm probably going to change her out if I would redo this, but she's really good for just mystery counter doing things. We also have Dracula. He's just a big dude he's a 1-drop that helps you use for part of true power and gets bigger when he dies. We have our boy Laurite, because, you know, it's Laurite. He's good. We have Lucifer, leader of the fallen angels. He's there just to help prevent, like, life loss. So if he's in play and you lose life that turn, you gain it all back. At the end of the turn, gain life loss. Gain life equals to the amount of life you lost this turn, so you literally just get free life back. Next up, we have Revenant. He's actually really good in this deck because he just gets so powerful so quickly. He's a black-green for 0/0, flying, drain, barrier, chant. This card gains +200 for each different named card in all graveyards, among all cards in your graveyard. Banish a magic stone, target J Resonator. Your opponent controls gets -6/6. If you have a ruler under contract, destroy the target chosen instead. You're not going to have a dude under contract, but -6/6 is nothing to scoff at because it's still a lot. And it allows you to just be like, cool, I get free other value in my graveyard. We have Sealed One-Eyed Dragon to kill off any pesky little witches that you have against you, or any like dude, or just to win the game because it shoots for 6. And then we have Tsuiya, mostly for flavor and like the card discard. 1 black for a human. Target player banishes a non-magic stone, non-ruler entity. Put X counters on this, where X is the entity's cost. Or you can look at your opponent's hand, choose a card they remove from the game. That's really helpful for the simple fact that you get to know what's in their hand for another card that Reiya has. We have Hero Reincarnation, which is his spell. Mastery Revenant, you can play for free. Put target Resonator with total cost 4 less from your graveyard into the field. Your opponent discards a card, then vanishes a Resonator. Put an 8/8 dude into play, and put the top 3 cards of your deck into the graveyard. So it helps you just give you free value. I'm not so sure about it, but it's not very big in the deck. But it's a cool thing. And then, like I was saying, we have Part of True Power, 2 mana, Remnant as an additional cost to play this card, banish a Resonator. Put target darkness card from your graveyard, darkness Resonator from your graveyard into the field, so you get Griphon, Geryon, Amadeus, any of the big dudes for 2 mana instead of their 5. Dante Enters the Game of Gods is 1 black, draw 3, lose 1,500 life. you draw a card for each 500 life you pay, or target dude gets +4/+4 flying, pierce, drain, bane. It's really helpful. It's there to help you get to lower life so you can get your Dark Riding Hood going, but I don't know how much I like it. It's kind of it's cool, but it may come out. Dark Knight Butterfly is one of her cards that I really appreciate and I really think is really, really good. 1 black, your opponent discards a card. If this is awakened, they discard 2, and it's awakened, remove 2 mystery counters from your J Ruler. So turn 1, you can make them discard 2, so your hand is 5 and their hand is 3. Or technically your hand is 4, their hand is 3, so it's pretty helpful in that regard. We also have Glint of Insight, which is the card I was talking about. Name a card. Your opponent reveals a card reveals their hand and discards all cards with the shared name. Remove 2 mystery counters. This card gains Remnant, so you can flash it back and then do it again. We also have Look of Corruption, because it gets a 4 and under. And then one of her best cards in the whole deck is Sword of the New Moon. 1 black, quick cast. Choose 1, destroy target Resonator with total cost of 1 or less. Or destroy target 4 cost or less if it's awakened, which is remove a mystery counter. So for 1 mystery counter and 1, you kill target 4 and under dude. That kills literally everything that's powerful right now except a Geryon. There's nothing wrong with that card. Card's insanely strong. We do have 4 of the Darkness Moon, which is the black-green 4C stone, the red-black 4C stone. And then I have 4 of the stone in the Deep Dark Castle, but the more I played this, the more I didn't like this card. I would probably make it like a 1 or 2 of maybe, instead of 4 of, because you don't need the extra mystery counters, because the ones that she produces by herself are pretty much good enough to use what you're doing. So I'd probably change that with more black-green stones, so that way you're not guaranteed the black-green early. But overall, I really enjoyed this deck. I think with a little more tweaking, it could be really, really strong. So that's what I'm going to try to make it a lot better to showcase later on, guys. But let us know what you think down below. Let us know down below what you think in the comments, and we'll see y'all again next time. Goodbye. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, guys, and hit that like, and then also click that bell so you get all the updates and notifications on our channel. And then send us any comments down below so we make sure we get them.
And just to remind you that we are actually streaming on Twitch now, where we do all our deck brawls and also video game content. And also remind you that we do have a Patreon, and we like to go ahead and thank Patreons. So thank you. We love you.
Boom.